Hello, welcome back to Sunday School. I am so excited for Halloween. I hope all of you are just as excited as I am. So today we're going to be talking about Zacchaeus, the tax collector. So today I really wanted to focus on this. Jesus loved all kinds of people and often associated with those who others did not like so much. He changed lives by this love and transformed how people felt and behaved. Jesus offered mercy and forgiveness, and because of that, we should demonstrate unconditional love to one another. Zacchaeus was a tax collector. Tax collectors were pretty unpopular in the days of Jesus. Basically, they robbed people. The tax collectors could come around and make people pay more money than they actually should have owed. And then the collector would pocket the remaining money. So they were deceitful and greedy. But there wasn't much that could be done about it. Zacchaeus was one of those guys. As a result, the Jews were not big fans of his, but somehow he had heard about Jesus, and he must have been curious to learn more about the miracle worker. Jesus, entered Jericho and was passing through. And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was rich. So not only was he a swindling tax collector, he was one of the bosses and had accumulated a lot of money from his dealings. You could talk to your family about maybe some jobs that are not appreciated today and don't have a very good reputation. An example might be a lawyer. Now Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus, but he was short. Have you ever had a moment where you felt that your height made it difficult for you to do something? Maybe you couldn't reach something up high in a cabinet, or maybe you couldn't see over a crowd. Sometimes you have to improvise, and that is what this man did. And he was seeking to see who Jesus was, but on account of the crowd, he could not, because he was small in stature. So he ran on ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was about to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for I must stay at your house today." So he hurried and came down and received him joyfully. Consider the amazing details that are taking place here. There's Zacchaeus, short guy climbing up a tree to see the Jewish teacher he's heard about. He probably thought he was hidden away anonymously. But Jesus knew better. He looked straight up at the guy and called him out by his name. Not only that, but he invited himself over for dinner. How would you have felt in this position? You couldn't see Jesus. You climb a tree as high as you can to be able to see him. And then Jesus looks right at you, calls you by name, and says, "Let's go to dinner at your house." How amazing would that have felt? Whatever he felt, it was excitement, because the verse tells us he hurried down and received Jesus joyfully. Now remember that Zacchaeus was kind of a bad guy. In the eyes of the Jews, they weren't too pleased that Jesus would associate with such a person, and they complained about it. Fortunately, Jesus was not after public opinion boosts, but individual heart healing, and in this case, it worked. And when they saw it, they all grumbled, "He has gone into the guest of a man who is a sinner." And Zacchaeus stood and said to the Lord, "Behold, Lord, the half of my goods I give to the poor, and if I have defrauded anyone of anything, I restore it fourfold." And Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, since he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Jesus was not worried about how others viewed him. He knew that his mission came from God and that it involved loving all people. He also knew change was possible for all, and that he would grant forgiveness to all who asked. Zacchaeus was transformed by this encounter with Jesus. He got up and promised that if he had done any dishonest dealing, he would repay it with extra. That probably amounted to quite a bit of money, but he realized he had found something more important. Zacchaeus became a new man and received the love and mercy of Jesus. And Jesus emphasized that he did not come just for good people, but for those who were truly lost and in need of healing. This is good news for us because, of course, we sure are lost too. This story has another important element. Jesus loved everyone. What does that mean for us? It should mean we demonstrate love and forgiveness too. Now, some people still do wrong things and need consequences, sure. But we know that love and mercy are possible for all. God thinks so. Shouldn't we? Let's end with a prayer. Dear God, thank you for making us special and for loving each and every one of us. Help us to share that love with one another and to let you make our hearts new. Thank you for your love. We love you, God. Thank you for Jesus. In his name, amen. So we have our bulletins and we have a Zacchaeus craft kit this week. How cute is this? So what you're going to do is it's going to be a little, it's going to be meant for a door or a wall hanging. And you can decorate however you like. It has all the pieces. And it has Jesus and Zacchaeus. How cute is that? So I hope all of you have a wonderful and blessed week, and I will see you next week. Happy Halloween! Bye-bye!